Welcome. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 21 of Biznct TV.
Which means you're legal.
Finally legal. Finally get a drink.
I need to find. Where's the Dominican rum? You need Dominican rum here.
Or some like Haitian cream.
Yeah, there we go.
Right. I have Frank Tavarez with Xiocast on Biznct TV episode 21.
I'm gonna try. I'm a very moving person. I'm gonna try not to move as much when I talk, because if I do,
the chair's a little squeaky. But okay. So, tell the people about at home a little bit about you and what you got going on.
Well, all right. So we got a lot going on. We just it's been a couple of months since we brought out our ZADs, XAD. Those are Xiocast advertising docs. It's little tabletop tablet screens where you...
Yeah, I saw a couple of those at After Hours.
Yes, and you can charge your phone off of them, and they are very high definition, so you're able to see really nice pictures. We usually use flat graphics for those, if you're lucky enough and we like you, and we'll add a video for you. We also have the Xiocast screens, the TV screens all around town. We have about 11 or 12 of them right now. I don't necessarily know exactly how many, because we've been expanding aggressively, and we are working on some things that I can only hint at for next year.
Right.
So you need to get with Marty.
Okay.
To know about those new things.
And, when a company has excellent people like yourself, they're going to continue to grow.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things that we're looking at is taking this to other cities. We are making sure that we can find the proper, the right and appropriate partners in other markets so that we can help this grow and become the thing that we know can add so much value to everybody's lives.
Right. So many people, they're starting to get more conditioned to what social media has offered. People know about transit marketing, print. What's different about the indoor billboard?
Well, you see, when it comes to everything else, it's literally anything that you see on your phone, outside of your phone. That's the best way I can describe it. Because I don't want to throw too much shade at other advertising avenues, but you see, whenever you add movement to something, it engages. So the main, this is all psychological mumbo jumbo, but the main idea is to be able to, the farther you go into your periphery, the more on instinct you're working on. So I don't know if you know this, but what you focus on is a point that small, really, in front of you. You think that you're looking at, so for instance, if you look at that door, you think that you're looking at the whole door, but really you're only looking at a point on the door, and everything else is working on the periphery. So the farther you go into that periphery, the more on instinct it works. So that's why it's important to have very colorful ads. That's why it's important to have a really awesome logo. That's why it's important to have a very a logo and colors that are very very easy to recognize as your own.
Right.
You see, so if you have a logo that looks
similar
that
to
is,
so many others,
yes,
you won't stick out.
When it comes into your periphery, it's gonna register. You're gonna be helping.
It might register. You're right. I see what you're going. It could register as somebody else's.
Exactly.
And then they spend the dollars with them.
Yes, exactly. And so what you want to do is be very, very particular about those things whenever you're thinking about how you're going to brand yourself, because really, whenever, especially in what I do, you don't have to be looking at it directly. It works because you remember the pictures. It works because it's like when you're sitting at a restaurant and all of a sudden you hear the bell ring because someone walked in, you turn around. That's the same way it works. You see something moving over here and then you look.
It's almost like you're working on their subconscious.
Exactly what I'm doing. The best way to describe marketing, Chinese torture.
What?
You've never heard about Chinese torture?
No.
So they strap you into a chair, and they strap you down well, and then they drop a little drop of water in any part of your body, usually right on your forehead, and they leave you there for hours and days at a time, and eventually, that little droplet of water feels like a hammer to the head. Bam. Bam. And that's the same way that marketing works.
I'm just kind of rambling right now. I'm just taking it all in. So, a droplet of water.
Yep. A little drop of water. That's what marketing is supposed to be. I always, so the way that I started, what I'm really good at is really seduction. That's how I learned my trades of sales, really, because I wasn't too good with women when I was a teenager,
right.
And I saw some of my friends, some good friends of mine that were really good, and I was like, what am I missing? And so
right.
I went into this, I just went and tried to find out what is it about me that I don't have.
Right. What can you work on? Refine?
Yes, exactly. And then, and I found out that there was so much about me that I could work on, and I discovered many things that I have taught people close to me. So, for instance, one of my favorite things to say is, whoever you are hitting on, you have to think of them as if they have ADHD. So you need to be interesting enough for that whenever you pause and you let them hanging for just a couple of seconds, they don't lose interest, which is what you're supposed to do with an ADHD child.
I don't know if this correlates at all, but I was on Instagram the other day, and the Wolf of Wall Street guy, he was talking about whispering at the very right time.
Exactly. And so all of those things, all of those little things where you learn how to fluctuate your voice tone and the speed, and really how to use your hand movements and your facial expressions to really communicate more than just the communication that you're using with your voice.
Because majority of communication is body language.
Absolutely. And so you can say really awkward things. Seriously, try me on this. You can say really awkward things to people and get away with it if you have the right body language. You see, one of my favorite things to do when I used to be free, a free spirit is what we call it in my social circle. I would look at girls and I would be like, just marry me already. First time I've seen her. First time I've met, it's been 5 minutes since I've met her, and I'm like, just marry me already. How would you feel if somebody told you to marry them already?
Well,
how would many of you girls feel if some random guy comes up to you in a bar and tells you to marry them? Well, it's all about the body language that I was using. It's all about the playfulness behind everything that I'm doing. You can say almost anything.
Wait, is she bad? Like,
what do you mean?
She like depends. If it was like, if it was like, Sasquatch.
Yeah.
That's
Oh no. I'm talking. This works on everybody. This works on it. Really, one of the things that I'm trying to do with the videos that I'm putting out there is getting people to understand that the way to fix the world's problems is to deal with your own. You see, and when you can start doing those things from within yourself, now if you react wrong to it, it's not my fault. I can ask you to marry me right now, and if you give me a weird reaction, I can tell you for a fact that is because there's some deep insecurity within you about whatever it is, about, being hit on by guys, or maybe you're afraid of commitment. I don't know what it is, but really, when you understand who you are and you have a grasp over all these things that are usually problematic for yourself, and you are actively working to fix these, it's going to help you realize, it's going to help you understand that even most of your interactions have nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with the other person, because it's what the other person thinks that you're thinking about them.
Because perception is reality.
Absolutely. And so going back to marketing, you're doing a full circle on it. What you want to try to do is always be transparent, in a sense, right? When it comes to my spirit, when it comes to who I am very transparent, and I am very no expectations kind of guy. You can ask any of my friends. And so whenever I sit down with you, I love you for whoever you show me you are. I love you exactly as you are. It's not over possibly millionaire Woodley from a million days from today, or whatever it is. I love you for who you are exactly. I don't work on potentials. I don't work on future. I work on the present. And that is what your marketing should always be doing. Your marketing is a tool of seduction. Same as I don't come up to Woodley every single time that I see him and I hold his hand for the rest of the interaction. Imagine if we just held the hands like this for 30 minutes while we're talking. How would you feel?
I'd be like, bro, you okay?
Yeah, exactly. You see, right now, even right now, it's just an example, and I can feel you becoming anxious about this whole thing. I can feel it.
Right. You
becoming anxious about it. Weren't you becoming a little bit uncomfortable about it?
Well,
right?
Because I know it's a demonstration.
And now, but even as a demonstration, like right now, you're like, okay, this demonstration is taking a little too long. The idea of marketing, which is what many business owners have as an idea of marketing, they want to do this. They want to have pretty much a magazine for themselves and for no price at all. This is not effective at all. You think I'm a freaking weirdo. Now, if I come up to you and I, right?
Yeah.
And I dap, right?
Yeah,
and I do that, yeah?
What's up, bro?
Yeah. And I walk away. How do you feel? You feel cool. You want a little bit more. Maybe you want a little bit more. If we do a hug, yeah. If we do, and then I walk away.
You're like, man, Frank's cool dude.
Right.
Yeah.
If we are both networking with other people, and we see each other from across the room, what am I gonna do? I point at you, right? And then I keep talking to my people. Yes, you feel special. That is what you want your marketing to do to your people.
Bro, you're a genius.
What you want you can't have a 5-minute advertisement.
I hope we're still recording because this is great content.
Yeah. It's not about 5 minutes worth of content. It's not about 5 minutes worth of advertising, which sometimes are really cool. You see, Transparent Labs has a 5-minute explanation about why they're the best pre-workout out there. Awesome thing. But does that work all the time? No, you have to have something extremely, exceptionally special for that to work. If you're selling insurance, or if you're selling marketing, or if you're selling a random car that nobody really cares about, you need to follow the proper seduction steps. And that is always tease. First you say hi. First things first. Say hi.
My name's Woodley.
Hi, my name is Woodley. There we go. But you don't linger. Lingering is desperation. Even if it's just your advertisement, lingering is desperation. If your advertisement is 3 seconds too long, you're lingering. It's desperation. You see? So that's why we keep it on 15 seconds. And if you can't come up with a genius idea on how to explain what you do with images in 15 seconds,
that's on you.
I don't know what you're doing with your business. I don't know what you're doing with your business. That's the best thing I can tell you.
Right.
That's the best thing I can tell you about marketing. Always think about marketing as seduction. How are you going to get your customers in bed with you? How are you going to get them to want to get in bed with you? Because you see, whenever I sit down with someone, it's not about, okay, I want to get in bed with you. It's about, how can I make this person so crazy about me and my product that they are begging me to take their money? Because that is a happy customer.
Wow. Man, Frank just dropped. Just go back and watch it. He dropped so much, and if you gotta watch it a couple times, watch it a couple times. I would say that's about all the time we have on Biznct.
I would imagine.
Episode 21.
I would hope that on episode 22, whoever is lucky enough to be on episode 22 will have some rum for.
Right. Tell the people where they can find you on social media.
You can find me under my name on Facebook, Frank Felix Tavarez. You can find me on Instagram as Frank A with 5 A's and a Y at the end. And really, that's really all that matters right now. Make sure you follow Xiocast. We make sure that every single one of our customers has a bit of a spotlight online, and they have awesome videos. Go check them out. They're amazing people. Seriously, if you aren't doing business with these people, what are you doing? It's the same thing. It's the same thing as having a 1-minute advertisement. That's way too long. Give me 10, 15 seconds and get out of here. That's it.
And y'all know where y'all can find me at Biznct, all social media platforms the same. If you're ever looking for any internet marketing, web development, or video production, we're a full service internet marketing company. We can take care of you. You can find us at www.biznct.com. Just fill out a form, send your information, and we'll be able to take care of you. Till next time, thank you for watching this episode. Take care.